All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races, down the right side. A huge play there right off the bat, 74 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a first and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1 yard. Line. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. Here's Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Darius Geis gets his first carry of the game. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, here's Rudolph. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that takes us from second to third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Here's Rudolph. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now here's Ross. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run with Marshall. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mariota. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Geis with the carry on second down. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. Hard throw, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, Do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Mariota now to throw on first down. He'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. But 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Mariota. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And the drive begins with a run by Geis, shedding through the defense. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go. 319. 319.
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. And that's complete to Jesse James. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go now. Blue line.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Set. Green 39.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 6, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. That will be caught by James, the big tight end, as a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he knocks it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Joe Mixon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
One. Let's go. One.
Mariota now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Allen. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Rudolph. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Boswell's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And that'll set them back 5. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. James has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll hand it now to Geis. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Chris Jones on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rudolph. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1. 1, 1.
Second down, Mariota. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
1, 1, 1. 1, 1. 1, 1. 3, 3.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Mariota on first down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals are in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. Geis receives the pitch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back to the ground on first, it's Geis. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there out of Geis. 44 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Mixon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Now Mariota. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Mixon, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
Mariota now from the 50. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for the Bengals. And even 40 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll give it to Mixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, here's Rudolph. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be third and forever. Rudolph looking to throw. And he finds McDonald. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Now Rudolph on first down. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Rudolph throwing again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 46.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Mixon. So he got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar